Dear EMBA graduates, dear spouses, parents, there are some kids, friends of the EMBAs, dear faculty and staff of the IMD. When staff asked me to give this graduation address, my mind flashed back to 1999, to the day when I sat where you are now sitting, and tried to recall the words of wisdom, encouragement, and congratulation that were impressed on me by the person who was standing here. Now I have to admit, unfortunately, my memory does not serve me well, as I do not remember the name and content of the invited speaker. Yet, I do vividly remember Professor Andy Boynton being in charge of the EMBA and the other IMD faculty, some of which are still around. I remember also the task that we were given for our graduation ceremony, which was to sing a piece from Verdi's opera Nabucco, and occasionally I listened to the recording with a sense of nostalgia and pride. And don't worry, I'm not going to sing. Obviously, I have many more memories of IMD, which are much more significant, not least because IMD made me indeed a different person. It enabled me to become a leader. It gave me the mindset and the tools to tackle challenges and create opportunities. My great appreciation for what IMD gave me eventually led to my current involvement here as an executive in residence. I have no doubt that you will remember, as I do, the inspiration, professionalism, intellectual stimulation, and fun. You will miss the discussions and debates with faculty and peers, the late-night drinks at the White Horse Pub, and the early morning jogs at Lake Geneva. 2 years of late nights, countless case studies, endless assignments and discovery expeditions to other parts of the world will all remain ingrained in your minds for a long time to come. IMD is a life-changing experience that sets people on a personal and professional journey that may bring significant disruption. No doubt your family, friends, and colleagues have experienced the past 2 years as a disruption. And you need to be sensitive to this because disruption increases on the leadership journey and you will have to manage it. Always remember where you have come from, who has supported you, and who kept your back free and who encouraged you to keep going. This is an important time to give back something to your loved ones, which brings me to share a philosophical thought with you about success, contentment, and life in general. Most people participate in the EMBA program to advance their career and professional value, which are valid and good reasons. The question is, will climbing the career ladder, gaining freedom to operate, spending long hours at work, eating executive dinners, traveling business or first class, staying at better hotels, and earning more money than you can spend make you content? I doubt that it will. No matter how high you rise in corporate life, you need to strike a balance between the I, the we, and the it. I obviously stands for you personally, we stands for your family, friends, and colleagues, while the it is the corporation, the business. Now the three are seldom fully balanced. It is crucial for you to be aware of this and to manage it, because achieving and sustaining this balance is key to sustainable success and indeed happiness. A poem that was written more than a century ago sums this up well. It goes as follows. He achieved success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has enjoyed the trust of pure women, the respect of intelligent men, and the love of little children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who has left the world better than he found it, whether an improved puppy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who has never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who has always looked for the best in others and given them the best he had, whose life was an inspiration, whose memory a benediction. The origin of the poem is disputed. Some attribute it to Bessie Anderson Stanley, others to Robert Stevenson. Whatever, the message is clear. Success is much broader than our current definition. This is certainly true for my generation, although millennials seem to have a somewhat wider perspective. He achieved success who has lived well, laughed often, and laughed much. This seems a fair comment when you reflect on your happiest moments in life, doesn't it? But terms like trust, respect, love are uncommon in the corporate world. And what about the phrases, left the world a better place and never lacked appreciation of Earth's beauty? Now, is the concept of sustainability a modern invention? Not according to this poem. Looked for the best in others, given them the best he had, whose life was an inspiration and whose memory a benediction. Very noble attributes that are rare in a self-driven business world, but they are the marks of a truly successful leader. We live in a world where technology is changing everything fundamentally and has the potential to make the planet a better place. And yet we have more crazy people running the show than ever before. The older I get, the less surprised I am to see incomprehensible decisions that cause ultimately pain and grief. Now, in your companies, do people have the courage and stamina to speak up, take a stand, and expose themselves? Or are they afraid and take the path of least resistance? When a CEO or a manager is dismissed, is there a chorus of, "I told you so, it should have happened long time ago"? Most people are in fact followers, not leaders. Those who say one should, one could, one might, won't make the world a better place. As leaders, it is your responsibility to look beyond the surface, to challenge, to have sound judgment, to make decisions, to take risks, to stick to your beliefs, and above all, never lose sight of the overall good. It is your job to probe, to ask the right questions, and to think beyond the norm. You must help things to move forward. You must get involved. You must provide meaning and purpose, no matter how inconvenient this might be. In short, being an IMD EMBA is an obligation, not just an entitlement. All of you have the possibility, knowledge, and means to achieve and sustain the right balance and to do good without sacrificing your career ambitions. I would like to congratulate you on your graduation, and in terms of the poem, I wish you every success. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.